we'll begin with an opening statement from Coach, then open up for questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, day one of official practice, it's kind of hard for a lot of people to get excited about day ones now because of how the calendar has changed, and we're able to get 4 hours with our team on the court and kind of get that practice feel. But for me, I hadn't been able to sleep last night. I've been incredibly excited. And I feel like that will be my meter every year to know if I should still be in the game or not, because it feels like day one. Year 50 for Team 50, 50 years in the making. A lot of successful people have come in and out of this program and did their just due. We have many that are still a part of our program with Coach Gillum, and we just had Minty Price Harrington came by and spoke, and we've had a lot of alumni that have poured in, come by, and speak to our team and sign our wall. And then we have fresh alums with Rita, who's playing overseas right now, Taya, and then obviously Marquisha. So a lot of excitement, a lot of history to chase after, a lot of history that I've been fortunate to be a part of. But now there's a fresh new year, and I can still brag about being undefeated for about 3 more weeks.
Questions for Coach?
Obviously, a lot of turnover on your staff. Just kind of what went into all that, and then obviously the people you brought in.
Yeah. Well, I loved my old staff. I've really enjoyed everybody I've worked with. I think when you take a program over in the manner that I did, a lot of people don't understand that as the program grows, so does my staff, my thinking, the way I approach things, and what the program needs. And this was one of those situations this year after assessing the past 2 seasons. While we have done well, I wanted a jolt in our personnel that had experience of going even further, to be able to maybe help me a little bit more and showing me the way of what it's like to play in the Elite Eight for our players. We have 2 people on our staff that has played in the Elite Eight, and then one that is what it's like to go to the Final Four. We have a coach that has coached in the championship game. That is what came into play. So for me, I didn't, it wasn't anything of malice or me feeling like I needed to, like I was in trouble, so I needed to make this change. It was all about the job that I've been tasked to do from day one, which is to continue to elevate the program.
I know it's so early for this season, but what do you think you know about this team, and what are you hoping to learn about this team in the next few weeks?
I know nothing about this team. I know nothing about this group. Other than they're just great people, they're very competitive. They like to have fun, which has been consistent in the type of people we've brought in. And they have big goals. They have big goals. I do know something about them, but sometimes I ask myself when I wake up, I'm like, do I know anything about these young ladies? Because they teach me something new every day. What I hope to figure out before we get on that flight to Paris is a rotation of maybe 9 to 10 players that we can depend on. Put them through a little bit of adversity so that we can see how we would respond to it, and just kind of see who naturally will want to lead and the roles that they will want. I don't give out roles early in the season, Cats. I kind of let them decide, or give them the opportunity to show me what they think they want their role to be. So I'm excited to see the the personalities and their goals and what their intent is show on the court on a daily basis now that we're in official practice.
You brought it up there. How did this game in Paris come to be, or just against USC, or how did it all come?
I mean, it was out of nowhere. Like, we were just hanging out one day in the office, and we got a call from Lee Miller-Tooley asking if we would want to come to Paris and play. And obviously, we were excited, but we knew that a lot goes into being able to take a team to Paris for one game. And many people may question, why would we do it? But I know there's a lot that's changed, y'all, in the business and in the sports world, but we're still about impacting and educating the youth. And this is this is an incredible opportunity for us to be able to do that with this team. And I just want to thank, my administration for understanding that, how important it was for us to be able to continue not only to grow our brand, because we will be on the national stage, but also for our young ladies to just have an incredible experience that when they talk about their experience at Ole Miss, this will be a part of it. And then playing against top-tier competition, I think our team, our program is prepared to start to play more competitive teams early on instead of waiting until conference play. And I'd rather us get tested now than when we get in January.
Maddie said it speaks to where this program is now.
Yeah.
You mentioned brand, but do you agree with that? The fact that y'all got that phone call when they could
Yeah.
have called anybody?
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. She could have called everybody. I think we made a strong push when we played in the Battle of Atlantis. That was her tournament. And so she had a chance to see us close up. And one thing about her, what they're going to do, Lee, is she's going to have the best of the best. But not only just like great programs, but like coaches that are respected. If you just look at the history of the tournaments that she's hosted for women's basketball, it's been the creme of the creme. And so for us to get that call and get invited and shows that now not only do I feel like our program is making, that step and that reputation, others feel the same way.
With all the new faces, how much have you gotten to see the team bond off the court? Have you gotten to see much of that?
Yeah, luckily for us with the recruiting, it kind of created that opportunity for us. So, and we've been going nonstop almost every weekend. And so anytime we bring in a recruit, I tell our team, no matter what, if they decide to come to Ole Miss or not, let's take advantage to use this time that we have to be together to bond and fellowship. And our recruiting coordinator, Kayla Gordon, has done a phenomenal job in coming up with really cool ways to engage our players while entertaining our prospects.
You've seen Maddie grow up a lot over these last few years. Is it weird to see that she's finally a senior?
It is. It's like, here's the thing with coaching. You don't get to keep these kids forever, especially now. You may have 8 months with them, and that's about it. But Maddie is really a true day one. Been here from the beginning, gone through COVID. She has seen a lot. Our first NCAA tournament berth and is on the cusp of being able to break a lot of records or name being mentioned amongst a lot of the greats. And when I was thinking about that, I think it's even fair because she didn't get a whole season during COVID. So if we really balance it out and we look at the consistency she's been doing, she may have been able to do it 4 years if it were uninterrupted. And so I don't want to take it away because this is her 5th year when she starts being able to achieve some of the things that she's really close to achieving. But Madison Scott is just she is Ole Miss women's basketball. You know, she's the type of person that we want to have in our program. She has the type of impact that we want our players to have. I mean, even in the community, I think she had 2 community events this year, you know, and the community has wrapped their arms around her, and obviously we promote that when we recruit and when we tell people to come to Ole Miss. And most times, when we ask them why Ole Miss, they mention the likes of Madison Scott. So she's definitely going to have a legacy.
What's I guess, the map out of a plan for KK, kind of a ramp up, and just kind of see where she is day to day?
KK has been ramping up a little too soon. Like, she has been going full throttle since the summer. And today, she has had no limitations. KK is so tough and competitive. She is excited about this opportunity. I think in September, early September, she was able to go full go. And she's been going ever since. And then still gets upset with me if I have to sit her out every once in a while. I'm like, KK, the goal is to get you through the season, not just for a couple practices. But she's a competitor. She's excited, and it's really refreshing to have her back.
For you kind of got that core trio. I mean, how big was it when Kennedy kind of made that decision? We know Madison throughout last year kind of got hints that she'd come back, but Kennedy decided to come back and join those 2. How huge is that for you?
It's great. Listen, the most stressful time for a coach, it's not games anymore, y'all. It's after the season. It's until that portal closes, because as much as I claim to be a portalista, I don't want to lose my top tier players either. And we have been fortunate enough not to lose the players that we wanted. And what I loved about Kennedy was she didn't hesitate making it known that she wanted to come back. That was the plan from day one, and she didn't try to use it as leverage. She was completely consistent, and was just sure that she wanted to come back and be a part of this, regardless of whatever else happened.
Any other questions for Coach?
I do want to talk about my newcomers. I got a lot of really fun newcomers. I have 4 freshmen, all international players that bring something unique to the game. All 4 of them have played for their national teams, so I wouldn't be surprised if at least half of them break their way into the rotation seriously. And then our transfers, I think we hit the jackpot again with getting people that fit what we're trying to do here. And I think that is one of the things we've had success at with this program is, and when you see us bring a transfer in, it always makes sense. Like, man, they really needed that. And I think the addition of Tam, Christine, and Star, once you see them on the floor, you'll see that we really needed them. And for sure, they're going to be impactful this season.
All international players, was that something you had to kind of adapt yourself to bring all freshmen, all from outside the country?
Well, you know what was crazy? I didn't even think about it. I'm like running with that whole narrative now, but when we were doing it, not one time did I say, oh, I'm going to go and get 4 international players. It kind of just worked out like that. Sierra and Elle was already here. Elle was at IMG, and Sierra was at a prep school in Virginia. So they had been here for a year. And then Gite, we got late from Slovenia, and Fatu from Portugal. But it's kind of cool that they have each other because, you know, I have about, over a dozen players playing overseas. And I'm telling you, no lies, they call me at least once a week crying about the adjustment, whether it's the food, whether it's the language barrier, whether it's the game. And so one of the things that's super cool for this group is they have each other. All freshmen have to be on campus. They all room together. They move as a unit. So it kind of just worked out like that. And if it proves that it's beneficial for us, we'll continue to tap into that market.
Great, thanks everyone.
Thank you.